you gonna dig this.
Well, for the second for one, and now they got the man trapped at third and tagging out. And 2nd and 2, handoff goes to McCaffrey up the middle, finds a little room, lot more room, and he's off to the races.
Welcome to the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Kate Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with the large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. These are your hosts, bringing you the ultimate in sports news for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
I know you gonna dig this.
What's up, everybody? It's Friday evening. First week in November, man. So it's time flying. It's flying really fast, man. Before you know, it's gonna be Christmas.
This call may be recorded or transcribed.
All right, we got somebody on the line today. Who we got? Okay.
Hey, it's Lou.
Hey, Lou, what's going on? How you doing, brother?
All right. Well, in the World Series, nobody expected. Well, we didn't get popular as nobody expected either. Well, most of us didn't.
Okay. As I was.
I expected five. I predicted five.
Okay. All right. We'll get to that, Lou. We'll get to that.
Sorry.
It's that's okay. That's okay. As I was saying, it's November. A couple weeks away from Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving come. You got Christmas, and then you got New Year's. You got all that good stuff coming. All the holiday festivities going around. And what people need to keep in mind with the holidays coming around is family. How important family is. Family kind of have been put to the side. I know my family, on my mom's side, we don't get together like we used to. Like the family on my wife's side, we don't get together like we used to. And the ones that get hurt the most are our kids, because our kids are not used to that. I mean, they've seen it growing up as little babies, but as they get older, they're not getting that love from the family like they used to get before. So I'm gonna start something new this year. With my family, my wife's family. And I'm not gonna talk about it. I'll talk about it after it happens. I want it to happen before. I want to make it happen before I want to make it happen before I talk about it. But I'm just gonna try to get our family together and enjoy each other for the holidays. Then you think about those that you lost during the holidays. You missed them, and you drink a little, pour a little bit out for your homies and things of that nature. Like when my dad was he used to drink Absolute. So our favorite bar, I would go to during the holidays. Not like I just pour the Absolute. I said, pour me an Absolute cranberry, and just sit there while I'm drinking. And when I leave, she pours it out. Another one to my homie. That's what I do. But anyway, getting to that. If you don't know, I posted that Dana's brother passed away just recently. So please keep him in your prayers. It's Dana's done had it rough. I mean, all of us done had it rough. Mo's going through something with his mother, again. So keep him in prayer. We've all three of us had some things happen to us this last year, that is devastating at some point in time in your life, and sometimes you have to ask the question why, and you got to believe whoever you believe in knows what they're doing, and the people they're taking away from us are taken away for a reason, and sometimes they're the unexpected ones hurt the most. I think if you have family members in your family that are 80, 90 years old, you're gonna cry for them, but man, you can say they lived their life. They lived their life, So hopefully everything works out well for Dana's family. Let them know we're praying for them and things of that nature. All right. So, Mo, I'm gonna do my Black history first because you said you got something that's controversial. So we might want to just like dive into what you want to talk about first. I mean, second, because I'm just gonna talk about my dude, Dewey Gaston, aka Rondo Jack DeCitos, from 1905 to 1956. Do you have an idea what he might have done, Mo, or Dana? I mean, or Lou? Any idea? Automobile racer Rondo.
Dewey Decimal System.
Dewey Decimal.
Hey, his name was Dewey. Okay, was he DuckTales? Was he doing Louis?
Yeah.
He was an automobile racer. Rondo Jack DeCitos was born Dewey Gaston on July 28, 1905, in Tyler, Texas. Previously published biography has incorrectly listed his racing name as Rondo Jack. Ray J. Jack was barred from racing in many organization venues because of his African American heritage, but he had several notable wins in a number of historical crashes. He was inducted into the West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fame in 2003. And this man died when? 1956. 2003. I'm gonna calculate some things here, ladies and gentlemen. So it took them 47 years to get him into the Hall of Fame. Okay, 47 years. Dewey Gaston's parents was Noah, a railroad employee for Francis G. He had 3 sisters and 2 brothers. Sometimes in his teen, Gaston and his family moved from Texas to California. Praise the Lord. In 1921, Gaston got a job with a traveling entertainment show, acquiring skills as a mechanic. He later worked as a mechanic for racing teams and began racing on his own in 1923 in a souped up Model T Ford. Later that year, he was hired by Ray John Motors Manufacturing to sell its aftermarket racing kits. Gaston's sales skills earned him the nickname Rondo. In 1936, he had a big victory at the Los Angeles Speedways in stock Ford 2-seater. He won by only 2 laps. He won by only 2 laps. So only 2 laps. That ain't nothing big. You know, you think about 2 laps. That's 2 laps. That's a lot. Nobody wins by 2 laps no more. They won by seconds. They don't even won by half a lap. They won by seconds. You know, Gaston continued to race on the West Coast, but was barred from racing in the sanctuary and sections of American Automobile Association events, including Indianapolis 500. DeSoto presumably came about because he sometimes said he was Portuguese in order to gain eligibility. This is pissing me off right now. Mostly, however, he raced on the American Race Association Outlaw Circuit. After World War II, Gaston completed the Western Racing Association sprint car race in 1954, was finally able to participate in a AAA sanctioned race sponsored by Honolulu Chambers of Commerce. By the time he was driving with partial vision, having lost his eye in a motorcycle stunt in 1938, still he captured 2 victories. While not racing, his own several businesses, including an automobile garage and cleaning service. Ray-John Jack was married and then divorced, but details are unknown. Ray-John Jack died in California on February 27, 1956, from a heart failure suffered while on Highway 395 in Yorker. In 2003, he became the first Black driver inducted into the West Coast Stock Hall of Fame. So that was his name again was Dewey Gaston, better known as Rondo Jack DeCitos. But what pisses me off about this is that he still had the color of a Black man, but he's Portuguese, so they allowed him to race. And it took him 47 years to put this man in the Hall of Fame. It just pisses me off, man. It really pisses me off. It educates me about us as Black people and even the struggles that we had to go through back then. But if the dude could race, let him race. And back then, you didn't have no sponsorships. You might have had a little sponsor here, a lot of sponsors there, but they didn't see the significance of him winning races to gain them some extra cash in their pocket. It really makes me mad, man. It really pisses me off when I read stuff like that, even though it educates me on the things that Black people have done in this country. It makes me really mad because we were forced to come here. We were forced to do a whole lot of things that we didn't want to do, and certain things they wouldn't want us to do. So we had to invent our own way to doing it. So he had to tell people he's Portuguese to race. So what's the difference in racing as a Black man and the difference in racing in Portuguese? I don't get it. I don't get it. I get it, but I don't like it and I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And that really irks me when I see things like that. But he was the first Black driver inducted in the West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fame. Ron John Jack. Mo, you on board, brother?
All right, so I'm gonna say this person is controversial, but more controversial at the end of what I think. So that's where we're gonna get the controversy. As soon as I say his name, it's already controversial. What I'm trying to do now is, since we've been doing this for a while, try and find people that were born within that week, and try and give people within the week of us doing the show. This guy happened to be born on November 3rd, 1987. I'll just say a couple of things about him so you know who he is before I say his name. He was a quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. He's known best for kneeling instead of actually standing for the national anthem. I already gave it away right there, right? Colin Rand Kaepernick. What people don't know about Colin, though, is Colin was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to a white woman. Still don't even know who his daddy is. He was African. He separated from the mother, and he was put up for adoption. He was adopted by two white people named Rick and Teresa Kaepernick. The couple had two biological children, son Kyle and daughter Devin. The Kaepernicks decided to adopt a boy after losing two other sons to heart defects. At 4 years old, he moved to California. He was a great player, and as a young player, he played at Nevada. Everybody knows what happened with Colin, but people don't realize the whole story. The whole story about Colin was really a white boy. He's still a white boy. He's half white, and people are giving him a hard time because a half white raised by two white people stood up for Black Lives Matter. Let me say that again, because people just look at it because of his afro, which still looked weird anyway, because he's a half white boy with an afro. Light-skinned did it. Sorry, Lou, if I lost you on that. Kevin know what I'm talking about. Did it. He is light-skinned, did. He doesn't look like a regular Black man. But you know what? He stood up for my rights. He stood up for Kevin's rights. He stood up for people's rights who could not stand up for themselves. And as they always have said in all of our lives, Kevin, you know what they've always told you? Never be the first Black person to do anything. He kneeled. First of all, he sat on the bench. Then he talked to one of the Army guys who was actually in the league, talked about how to make it more respectful. He said to kneel. Don't sit down, kneel. Take a kneel, like that's what they do when they're at the graves of their fallen soldiers. So he started taking a knee. Then you get President Trump. I don't even know if he was president at that time. He's talking about, you see those guys kneeling that won't stand up for our flag? Get those off the field. Colin Kaepernick got so much more publicity from that, but he also got more hate. It's been 7 years since the man played in the NFL. He got to the playoffs twice. He won 2 playoff games. In each one of those years, he got to the playoffs. That's 2 more than Mike Tomlin has won in 7 years as a Steelers coach. You can give me the finger all you want to. I'm saying it's more than we won. We ain't won a playoff game in a long time, bro. I know who we lost to last time. You ain't got to bring it up. That's all you got. You know who lost this year. Both your teams lost to my Steelers. Anywho, the thing about Colin, though, was he stood up for all police brutality. There are two things that Colin Kaepernick did wrong, though. Two things he did wrong. The first thing is he wore socks that called police pigs. I get why he did it, because we've called them pigs before. I've called them oink oink bacon. We've called them that, but at the same time, you don't give them fire when you're already burning. You're burning down the house. You don't give them something to make you look bad. The second thing that he did is going to be controversial, because I stand against him with what he did. He got blackballed by the NFL, won his case for $10 million. I think it was $10 million. I didn't look up the price, but he won his case because he was blackballed. Now, everybody knows he was blackballed. There's no question about it. That's why he was out of the league. But when they finally gave him a chance to actually come back and show what he had, he changed the location. I know you ain't trying to be a slave, Colin Kaepernick, but if you wanted to play in the NFL, you got to learn to play by the rules. You didn't go against any rule, because I think only the NBA has the rule that says you have to stand for the national anthem. Only the NBA has that. So you didn't violate any rules. But when you showed you're not going to follow the rules and not go to a location that 32 teams were going to show up to, that you knew you were going to get signed to because they had put it so much in front of everyone and everybody knew about it and they knew what was going to happen. If they didn't sign you, you would have had another lawsuit. But you changed the location to an hour away, not 15 minutes, not 5 minutes, not 10 minutes away, an hour away, man. An hour. You sacrifice your own career for that. I understand you sacrifice your career for Black people, and I commend you for that. But you had your opportunity to get back. So what I'm trying to say is he is a great person for everything that he did, but he turned out to be uneducated. Even though he went to Nevada, even though he played in the NFL, even though he went to a Super Bowl, he gave up his career a second time for his own self. And that's what's controversial about this, because I don't think anybody else sees it like this. I see it like this. You had a second chance, bro. They gave you a second chance, and you gave that up. And I can't stand with you on that one. I ain't going to kneel with you either, because I didn't make millions in the NFL. I don't know if Kev can kneel with you too. I mean, I kneel with you in solidarity because we don't want our Black brothers being killed. We haven't heard about it, even though we know it's still happening. We don't hear about it as much because of what you did. So you took a knee for everybody to make sure that everybody was treated fairly and that we all could live in unison. But at the same time, has it made a difference? Has it truly made a difference? Cops have been held more accountable, but at the same time, we know it's still happening. Just not as frequent, because it came out with George Floyd. George Floyd was more of a linchpin than Colin Kaepernick, even though Colin Kaepernick started the conversation. So I just want the opportunity for my son to grow up, have the same opportunity as your son Kev, as your son Lou, as every other man's son out there. I want everybody's kids to have the same opportunity to have the American dream. No matter your color, no matter your race, no matter your gender, no matter anything, just give everybody the same shot. That's what we need to be. Hopefully we all can come together. And Dana, I'm hurting for you, bro. My mom is doing better. It's been a long road. We all have gone through something this year. And Kev, one thing that my mom always tells me is you can either pray or... So I pray, so I ain't got to worry, because I got too much stuff to worry about right now. Too many things in the world.
You said there's two things. You pray and you froze up. What was the other one?
You pray, or you worry.
Okay.
So either pray or worry. You can't do both. It makes no sense to do both.
It makes no sense to do both.
Yeah. So if you pray, you gotta leave it there. That's the thing about it. When you
Let
pray
it go.
for something,
Let it go.
Frozen, baby. Let it
Frozen,
go.
baby. Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, good Lord. We're being recorded.
Oh, good Lord. We're being recorded. I should have done that.
all right. So check this out, guys. Okay. NFL. I won't be like my cousin said when he get ready to preach. I won't be to you too long. But
oh good Lord.
Oh good Lord.
So
there we go.
Love you, Dana.
We're eight game going in week 9 or something like that. So we're kind of halfway through the season. So Mo, you like the Steelers. What grade do you give your offense, and what grade do you give your defense, and what grade do you give it overall?
Okay, we'll start with defense. I'm gonna give them an A because they have won
5 games.
I'm gonna give the
offense
a D.
Because
they have lost 3 games. But they have helped win. In the fourth quarter. Because of our 5 wins, we have come back in 4 of those games in the fourth quarter
to win.
Overall, I give us a B. We are still a young team. We know our deficiencies are. We have done a great job in the draft the last 2 years to actually build this team. Mike Tomlin still not a losing season. But you gotta win in the playoffs. Bro. We can't be happy with non-losing seasons. We need to win divisions. We need to win playoff games. We need to win a Super Bowl again. We're tied with the Patriots. If the Patriots get 7 before us, man, he will never hear the end of it.
Okay. Lou, let's go to you. You're a Jets fan. Give me your grade on your offense, your defense, and overall.
Offense, I think I would give a B. Offense, I think like a C plus. I think a C plus. I mean, when at the beginning of the season, after Rodgers went down, all just kind of went down, whatnot. And nobody thought they were going to get past it, and they were going on a losing streak. On the last 3-4 weeks, they have really stepped up. I think they're much better. Their backup has improved. So it's really a turnaround. Nobody thought they were going to get this. Now they've won 4-3 with the chance league. Not many much games. We still won. So overall, we have done better, and I think a C plus is good. We still got ways to go, but we're a part of where we're supposed to be.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go to the Browns. No, I'm gonna go to the Rams first because I got more to talk about the Browns. The Rams, I give the defense. I give the defense a C. I give the offense a C minus. Overall, I say they get a C plus. The reason why I'm saying that is because the Rams are 3-5, and out of the games they lost, they're -9. Okay, so points. So they've given up 184 points, and they scored 175. And that came even with a blowout to the Dallas Cowboys. The main issue I have with the Rams is that the offensive line just can't stay healthy, and it's so hard to keep your offensive line healthy through a whole 17-game season. So if I'm Sean McVay, all season, I'm looking at my backup. I'm looking at having good backups from an offensive line. I'm looking to maybe switch my players around so that if the left tackle gets out, and maybe I can move somebody in the center and move my center to left tackle, he's familiar with it. I'm not saying they're not doing it now, but that's what I would do to help out. Defensively, I think they're really young, but they play well. Some of the losses, like the game with the Dallas Cowboys, where it went bad was for the first series. They was tearing Prescott's behind. If they tackling like 3 out of 4 plays, if I'm not mistaken. And then they got a holding or something like that. Defensive hold gave them a first down on the 3rd down because he got tackled on 3rd down, which means they didn't punt the ball. They get that penalty back. I mean, they get that penalty, and then they run right down the field and score. Rams go down the field, and they get 3 points. Dallas comes back down, and I think Dallas kicks a field goal, makes it 10-3. The Rams, the problem with the Rams is they don't have, to me, enough skilled players on offense that can help them come back from a 1st and 15 or 1st and 20. They can't operate that way. They gotta go down the field without any penalties. Once they get penalties, it kills their momentum as an offense going forward. And that's something they definitely need to work on. Penalties is big with them. They're not the most penalized team, but they get penalties in the wrong time at the crucial time of the game. Coaching wise, I think Sean McVay is dialed back a little bit on pass happy. They got Darrell Henderson back as a running back, so he's doing pretty good. Hopefully they'll get a win this week against the Packers. So overall, like I said, I give them a C+. Now, Lou, you're a Cowboy fan, okay? Cowboys are 5-2. What grade do you give them?
A B-. You know, I mean, there was a game they should have won, but they've also won games in the NFC East. So it's not perfect, but it's far from terrible. Like I say, for stability, like the Giants, they need to work on, they made some rookie mistakes before. I have to give them a B-.
Okay. I don't know if you got.
I don't understand. I don't understand how both of y'all can have two NFL teams.
You know why I got 2 NFL teams.
I know why, but it still makes no sense. Who do you root for when they play each other?
They play each other this year.
Who you gonna root for?
Only thing I do is I say, I hope everybody come out healthy. But
Lou, when the Cowboys play the Jets, who do you root for?
Lou, you out there?
He don't want to answer the question.
No, he said, who do you root for when Dallas plays the Jets?
I would actually go for the Jets.
Then you're a Jets fan.
And see, that's what you're trying to get out of me. But I'm gonna say this: whoever has the best chance to get to the playoffs is the team that I want to see win. And which it probably be the Browns this year because the Rams are struggling. So he gave Dallas a B-, right, or B+. So the Cleveland Browns, I get a defense an A because they keep them in the games. I get the offense a C- because they blow the games. Deshaun Watson hasn't played, shoulder injury. There's a whole lot of rumors going that he doesn't want to play. I don't know how true that is. I don't think that's the case because I remember when he's in Houston, he played for torn ACL or UCL, something like that. So the guy wants to get on the football field. And I think when people make up rumors that the guy don't want to play, I think that hurts the integrity of the game because now they're saying he don't want to play because Vegas said they're not supposed to win this game anyway, or things of that nature. So they said Washington's supposed to play this weekend against Arizona, which should be a winnable game for the Browns because they're playing in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Arizona's a dome team. I think they said Murray's supposed to play, but he had a setback. So I don't know who's going to be the quarterback now because they traded their quarterback to Minnesota. So I don't know what. Go ahead.
Murray said he's ready to play, but they're not ready to release. He's on my fantasy team. I had Deshaun Watson. I got Dak too. So I hate Dak and Deshaun Watson. I'd rather play Murray.
I
can't. So you got 3 quarterbacks. I can't. You got 3 quarterbacks that don't even equal to 1.
I got running backs, bro.
I
got Travis Etienne.
I
got Austin Eckler.
Anyway,
I got Kamara. I got Brian Robinson.
That's my
I got
issue.
Rachaad White.
I still don't think Stefanski's off the hot seat for real. Only thing probably gonna save him is that Deshaun Watson is not healthy this year. That might be the only thing that's the only thing they can say that can save his job. It's like he can go back to them and say, look, give me one more year, give me one more shot. We got cap money. We got the second highest cap right now, other than Atlanta. I think San Francisco's up there, but they're gonna eat some of that cap up. But they got the guy from the Giants, whoever they got on defense. Okay, so that's just my thing with the Browns. Now, I just want to get back real quick with the Cowboys because they're 5-2, right? And everybody said you always talking about the Cowboys. You're always talking about the Cowboys because y'all make them relevant when they shouldn't be relevant. Okay, they haven't won a Super Bowl since what 19 what 90
96.
No,
96 or 35.
1995. They haven't won a Super Bowl. They haven't been to Super Bowl since
1996.
I remember it vividly.
They haven't been to the NFC Championship since 1996. But you guys always want to make them relevant, right? So now this is my question to you guys right now. Looking at the schedule, right? And they said that I think Dallas might have been in the middle of the pack with the strength of schedule. But they beat the Giants, they beat the Jets, they lost to the Cardinals, they beat the Patriots, they lost the 49ers, they beat the Chargers, they beat the Rams. Out of all the 5 wins, the only one team had a winning record was the 49ers. They lost to them. Now, if they lose to the Eagles, this is what we're going to start hearing. Oh, that can't beat teams that winning records, or Dallas can't beat teams that winning records. They only beat the mediocre teams. So let's check out the schedule real quick. They're at the Eagles this weekend. Mo, who you got pick? Who did you pick to win that game?
Eagles.
I picked the Eagles, and we know Lou probably picked the Cowboys. Now they play the Giants.
That's correct.
Giants got a losing record. The Panthers got a losing record. The Commanders got a losing record. Now they play Seattle. Seattle could have a winning record by the time they get to them. Okay. Did they play the Eagles? This is where it's going to get tough for them, right? They play the Eagles, the Bills, the Dolphins, the Lions. So let's say they end up 10-7. They lose to all the good teams. What's the conversation we're going to have then? You know what I'm saying? What is the conversation going to be? 10-7 probably get them in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That could get them in the playoffs. But I'm just saying that you brag about your team, right? But you haven't beat nobody with a winning record yet. Everybody that you won, you beat up on, they all had losing records. So, and people say, well, that's the team they put in front of you. Yeah, okay. You want to say that now because we're looking at the negative side of the wins that you got. I'm not dissing the wins. I'm not disrespecting the wins, but you got to question the wins. You know what I'm saying? And this goes back to last year. You know what I'm saying? That they just can't beat teams with winning records. And we're gonna see tomorrow, I mean Sunday, how good the Cowboys really are against the Eagles. The weather's supposed to be decent here in Pennsylvania, so the weather shouldn't be a factor. Right? And they should have made that the late game. That's what they should have did. They should have made that the late game, but it is what it is. So those are some issues I have with the Cowboys. And the thing about it is you can go even with the Dolphins, you can probably look at the Dolphins and say the same thing, right? Now, some people say, well, it ain't my fault that the Patriots don't have a winning record. It ain't my fault that the Giants don't have a winning record. It ain't my fault the Jets don't have a winning record. It ain't my fault the Rams don't have a winning record, right? They're gonna say they're all professional football players. Okay. If you want to take it there, you know what I'm saying? Any comments, guys, before we move on?
I hope the Cowboys beat the Eagles. There's only one thing I hate more than the Cowboys.
Well, can get them.
I don't need to say it anymore, right? I hate Philly. Okay. I said it this show, so I can move on.
So let's take a look at them 49ers who have lost 3 in a row, and for some reason Seattle's in first place now, right? They're 5-2. I don't believe in Seattle being 5-2. They're a fake 5-2 in my opinion. I don't trust them at all. They're like they're like the Washington Redskins last year. You know, they win the close games, but they don't really look that good. Okay. So the first week of the season, they played the Steelers, and they win 30-7. They play the Rams, they win 30-23. They play the Giants, they win 30-12. They play the Cardinals 35-16. Cowboys 42-10. Then they come against the Browns, the Vikings, and the Bengals. They lose all 3 games. Now, they're scheduled to have Jacksonville next. That's going to be a nice game. They got Tampa Bay, Seattle, and the Eagles all coming up next. These 4 games are going to be tough because they're all good teams. Buccaneers are teetering right there at 500, maybe whatever. You know, Baker Mayfield's probably playing the best football he's played since he got to the pros. Okay. But then they got Seattle again, the Cardinals, the Ravens, and the Commanders. They play the Rams the last game of the season. So my question to you guys is, remember the conversation I had last week about the quarterback situation with Sam Darnold and Brock Purdy? I think you could interchange both of them and they wouldn't skip a beat, right? So they lost 3 games in a row. The Browns, they lost because he missed a field goal, which if they didn't make the field goal, they win the game. I get that. They lose to the Vikings 22-17. He doesn't play well in that game. They lose to the Bengals 31-17. He don't play well in that game. So again, like I said before, with the Rams, the reason why they can't win, they can't be consistent about their offense because of the offensive line, in my opinion. So San Francisco just went out and grabbed up somebody from where? Who did they get? Oh shucks, they just traded for somebody.
Chase Young.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully he can stay healthy. That right there should lock them up for real as a favorite in the NFC for real. Let's be straight up for real about it. I don't know if Philadelphia can match that. I don't know. We might be two last teams staying in the NFC.
Kevin Bard was a huge pickup. The safety from Tennessee.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I agree it was a big pickup too. But Philly's offense still don't seem something. They're missing something. You know, it's like they're just going through the motions. Now, defensively, they playing really good, right? But offensively, it's like they're just going through the motions. You know, and they're winning ugly games. Like they're winning 7-1.
They're 7-1.
Yeah, they lost to the Jets.
Yeah, but they're 7-1. Yeah, but they're 7-1.
Yeah, but they're even though they're 7-1, but look at you got to watch their games, Mo. If you haven't watched the games,
I do watch the games.
Okay, so
they're not blowing people out like they should be, but they're winning games.
They're winning games. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they're winning games, but they're winning games ugly. They're not. You know what I'm saying? They're not.
Isn't that how you win a Super Bowl?
And the thing about it is that you can come back and say now, in their defense, right? And I'm gonna see if I can pull up the schedule real quick. In their defense, in the Eagles' defense, so now that I can get to their to the Eagles. Okay, in their defense, when you lose your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinator in the same year, and you come back 7-1, that says something about you as a team, right? But again, I mean, like the Patriots, they could have lost that game. The Vikings, they scored points on them. Vikings scored 28. Tampa game, it's parts of that game where Philly looked like they're just going through the motions, and they end up winning. The Commanders always give them a hard run for their money, 34-31, right? They beat the Rams. They lost to the Jets because they had 5 turnovers. Now they go and smack Buffalo. I mean, go and smack Miami in the mouth 31-17. Controversial call in that game. Washington Redskins game. They were down and they came back and won 38-31. So I get what I'm saying is they win it ugly, and I get it because what happened is they lost both the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator in the same year. And to replace them is going to be hard to replace them. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. You know, but getting back to San Francisco though, is now You don't have all your weapons no more, Jock Purdy, or what's the dude's name? Purdy. What's his first name? Simon Purdy. Brock Purdy. That's how
Simon.
Simon says.
But Brock doesn't. He doesn't have those weapons around him no more. And as we see with San Francisco, without Deebo Samuels, that's not the same team. They're not the same team no more. That lets you know that he's the key to that whole offensive clicking. Deebo Samuels is that dude for them. He's that dude, and he gets hurt. And the weird part about it is he came out pregame against the Browns talking trash, pushing people around, and guess who ended up getting hurt? Deebo. He lost the fight and lost the game. You know what I'm saying? In 49 in the Vikings game, Brock had a couple of turnovers, right? Because he had to make plays. And I don't think his arm is that strong. I think that he has playmakers that like he can throw a bubble screen to Deebo, and Deebo picks up 70 yards. And I get that, but at the same token, though, do you guys agree that once he catches the ball and he starts running, that should only be receiver yards, should be run after catch? Should that just go to the receiver, not to the quarterback? You don't think so? Mo, I mean, Lou, what do you think?
I do not agree.
Okay, so tell me why you guys don't agree.
The quarterback.
Tell me why you guys don't agree.
The ball.
I'm not disagreeing with that. But if he throws you a bomb 70 yards, okay, yeah, that's he threw you the ball 70 yards, that go to him. Run after catch should go to you. You know what I'm saying? Right. But when you give him a 2-yard, when you throw him a 2-yard slant and he takes it to the house, quarterback shouldn't get all that.
You still got to throw it the right way.
I'm not disagreeing with that part of throwing the ball.
We talked about Kenny Pickett last night. Missing so many throws.
The quarterback can get the 2 yards he threw, but the run after catch should go straight to the wide receiver. And I'm gonna tell you who a quarterback that got paid off of this type of performances was Kirk Cousins up in Minnesota. When he was with Washington, he didn't throw down the field a lot. He did a lot of dink and dunk and things like that. And that's how he ballooned his numbers up. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go back and look at it, his numbers from 50 on down was terrible. Between 10 and the 40, he was all right because he could get the guys the ball and the guys make a move and they gone, right? He made a living off it. That's why he got that contract he got from Minnesota because of his numbers. But his numbers was clouded because it was yards after catch. That's all I'm saying. I'm telling you, it's going to come a day where they're going to start talking about this because wide receivers are going to like, wait a minute, he getting all the money, I'm doing all the work. Well, I can't get paid, but you're gonna pay him because he threw me a 2-yard pass. I ran it for 60 yards. And he gets credit for that too. It's gonna come. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Trust and believe me, it's gonna happen. But I'm getting back to Purdy though. It's like he's managing the game now. He has to manage the game. He can't manage the game because now they need him. They need his feet to do some other things other than sit back in the pocket because now you don't have that weapon anymore. You know what I'm saying? So again, I think when we talk about quarterbacks and how good they can be, how great they can be, we got to look at why are they so good? Why are they so great? You know what I'm saying? And most quarterbacks that stay upright are the ones that get all the cheese, all the bread, make all the money, go to the Hall of Fame. Those that don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden, Brock Purdy is a bad quarterback. When did he become a bad quarterback?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When did he become a bad quarterback? Because you're still playing, your offensive line is still intact, right? You're missing one. You're missing two. All right, thank you, Lou. But you got one wide receiver missing, and that hurts your whole offense. Mo, see what I'm saying? So that's why I said to you guys.
Williams is huge as well.
Williams is huge as well, man.
Yeah, but Trent, he's not hurt.
He was hurt.
He was hurt.
He was off for lucky.
When did he get hurt?
He was off for lucky.
Like he missed part of the game.
He missed part of the game.
And then he missed the next game. I think he came back last week.
Let me look at injuries. They said that he's questionable.
Yeah. I think he played. I think he played last week. I don't think he played the week before.
Let's see here. It says
he's questionable right now.
It's questionable right now.
It's hard to find stats for offensive linemen.
Huh?
It's hard to find stats.
For offensive linemen.
I know, man. Overall view. It's not really saying nothing here. They need to start having them do pancakes. Count how many pancakes they get.
I like Madden.
Yeah, it don't say here. It just says that
I'll find
he's
it.
questionable.
I'll find it.
Okay, he's questionable for the game this week.
Okay. He's played 6 of the 8 games
this year.
And that's counting half of the game that he missed. It's not saying which game.
It's not saying which game.
Okay.
It's not showing.
So that makes up for a little bit of why Purdy probably be doing what he's doing. But again, this is what I said earlier in the day about the Rams. Sometimes you need to guys need to be able to play multiple positions on the offensive line. Now it's hard to replace Trent Williams, the left tackle, right? It's really hard to replace him because the tackle that replaced him is not that good, because if he was that good, he would be a right tackle or he wouldn't be on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So I get all that. But again, he don't have Debo. So that causes an issue with him going forward as far as him playing at a higher level than what he should be playing. Because, I mean, we talked about him being an MVP running, right? So he has a couple bad games, but the reason why he has bad games is because, Trent Williams didn't play 2 games, and doesn't have Debo. But if he was Trey Lance, who could run the ball at some point in time, that gives you added advantage against other teams. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I felt like they got rid of Trey Lance too soon, because now Purdy's, if you throw that little wiggle in there, now teams got to prepare for the quarterback to run. But Sam Darnold and Brock Purdy, you're getting the same thing. Sit in the pocket and throw the ball. If Trent Williams not there, then you're gonna have problems throwing the ball, because you're gonna get the rush from that guy on that side. So I get it, I understand it, and sometimes I agree, and sometimes I don't agree. But again, this is the difference between a good quarterback and a great quarterback. They make adjustments, they adapt, they overcome.
I think Trent missed both of the
last games.
So
he missed 7 and week 8.
Week 7 and week 8.
Okay. So that goes to show you, that again, you need to be able to do something with your offensive line. So that's my question. That's
why we ran the ball well yesterday, because Broderick Jones is playing right tackle. Chucks need to be cut.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather be lucky than good any day. So let's I want to get where we at 6:49. I want to get into this Harbaugh thing, John Harbaugh. No, I'm sorry. We're gonna do baseball real quick. Congratulations to the Texas Rangers for winning their first World Series. In 49, they've been in the league 69 years. I said this is the first win. I don't think it's their last win. I'm really mad that Corey Seager, who was a Dodger, who got the MVP when they won the World Series, had left the Dodgers and went to Texas. And I tried to tell a guy on Facebook, I said, the Dodgers was not going to match what the Rangers were going to give him. The reason why he went to the Rangers is because his hitting coach was with the Dodgers, left and went to the Rangers. So he followed his hitting coach there. And if you see what it has done for him since he's been there, he's been going uphill. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he left. That's why he went to the same thing with Trent. The reason why Trey Turner left is because the Dodgers was not going to match the money that the Phillies going to pay him. Even if you think the Phillies overpaid him, the Dodgers like, yo, we're good. We got other plans. We got other things in the future. So we're going to let you go ahead and take Trey Turner with you to fill in and keep it moving. But congratulations to the Texas Rangers. Yo, the team they played was 6 games above 500. Who in the devil? Did you watch any World Series?
I surely did not.
I surely did not.
I watched the highlights.
I ain't watched the game.
I watched the highlights.
Dude,
I would-
I told you it's gonna be the worst watched
World Series ever.
I had ESPN on my phone tell me what was going on. Manford, listen to me, Manford. Listen to us on Just Us Talk. It's not working, dude. It's not going to ever work. You got a team that's in the World Series that's 6 games, 94. They were 94 and 87 in the World Series, 6 games above 500. Or 7 games above 500. 90 was 90.
180 games.
That's 180 games.
No, they were 84. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's 84. I got it written down there. 84 78.
That's
6 games above 500. 6 games above 500. And they go to the World Series. So again, people, I'm saying to you, what's the purpose of winning your division at 100 games and the only thing you do is get to sit back for a couple of days and get your lineup ready? It doesn't help. It's not helping you at all. And we're seeing this back to back where you had the Phillies go to the World Series last year. I don't know what their record was last year. But their record this year, they were 14 games out of first place. They were 90 and 72. The same record as the Texas Rangers, right? So you give it some validity to that. Give it some validity. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't working, bro. No, this had to be the lowest rating World Series ever. I'm telling you. And teams, the Braves, 100 games. Orioles, 100 games. The Dodgers, 100 games. The Diamondbacks. Come on, man. You got to you got to get rid of this thing. I don't care if my Dodgers are not. If you get rid of it and my Dodgers are in the position to be in the wild card, I don't want them going to the playoffs. It's simple as that. This is not working out, man. This is not working out. A team 6 games above 500, and they go there and get smacked. Texas Rangers was balling because they won 11 in a row on the road, which had never been done before, and probably would never be repeated. But the Texas Rangers are going to be good next year. What the Diamondbacks going to do next year?
Think about it. They get DeGrom back.
They get DeGrom back next year.
Who? Diamondbacks?
No. What's it called? Texas.
Oh, okay. Like I said, they're gonna be good for a while. Houston, you do have some problems. I don't know who that. And we want to give Dusty Baker congratulations for retiring at 74. Now he's gonna hang out with his kids and go fishing and stuff like that. So Houston has to find a coach for them. Manager for them. But Dusty Baker, thank you for a wonderful world of baseball for me. Even though you didn't manage the Dodgers, you were my favorite baseball player for the Dodgers. And so I thank you for that. You got me a couple World Series. I thank you for that. I'll take the Houston 2 World Series, even though they cheated the Dodgers in one of them. You wasn't there when that happened, so I can't hold you accountable. Mo, you got anything about this about baseball before we move on?
It's still a sport. I'm sorry. Once the Yankees are out of it, I stopped
watching baseball.
So they came up, they got the rankings for college football. Ohio State's number 1, Georgia's number 2, Michigan's number 3, Florida State's number 4, Washington's number 5, Oregon's number 6, Texas number 7, Alabama's number 8, Oklahoma's number 9, Ole Miss is number 10, and Penn State's number 11. Missouri is 12, Louisville is 13, LSU is 14, Notre Dame is 15. Now let's talk about the 4 teams. I think Florida State is the best team in football right now. They came out of nowhere and you're in the top 4. Michigan, I don't care what you do. Y'all just as bad as my man up to New England. Y'all cheating, putting people on the team hats and on the field and listen and seeing what's going on. And so my brother had said to me, he said, well, bro, how are they cheating? I said, well, first of all, he's at a live game. I said, let's say he's sitting in the stands. They call a play, right? And, you get the hand signals and they run a play. So he looks at he records the hand signals. And when they go to do the same hand signals against them, they're going to know what play they ran. I said, the film that they get is all strictly on the football field. You don't see the coaches. You don't see nobody. You see the film on the field. That's what you had to prepare for, right? That's why it's hard to prepare for a team because you don't know if the same play they're going to run is the same signal. Basically, you have to be prepared to do whatever that team does. That's why you see teams go emotional a lot. You see teams back away or whatever. But my man was filming everything. I said, and that's the issue right there because he wasn't doing it. Now, Mo, Big Ten said, yo, you need to come. You're going to need to hammer this guy right now. Do you agree with him?
Yeah, there's no way he didn't know that they sent his scouts to watch these things. It's like Bill Belichick get caught for what they recording the 06 Bengals.
The 06 Bengals.
And you're gonna say that's the only time you did it against the 06 Bengals? Nah, you were doing that every game, every team. That's why you kept beating my Steelers, because you were a cheater. You ain't Tyreek Hill. You ain't a cheater. You are a cheater.
You are a cheater.
So yeah, I believe I think they got caught.
Okay, so what you think should happen to Harbaugh? Should he get fired?
He just gonna go to the NFL anyway.
Wait a minute. Go ahead. So do you think he should get fired?
No, Michigan ain't gonna fire him. They'd be crazy to fire him.
This is the third incident that happened to that school, man, since COVID.
And neither one of them had any problems with actually going for bowls or anything.
The one, I mean, I know the one wasn't that egregious. They were practicing during the COVID situation. I know, but these two right here, the one he did earlier that he got suspended for, and this one right here,
3 games.
I think that he's going to get fired.
They didn't lose any bowl eligibility. They didn't lose any games.
No, I don't think the bowl is going to be a factor. But I think he's going to get fired. I think he might get fired at the end of the year because they want to make this run. But the thing about it is that you cheated. You got caught cheating.
They got an extension. He cheated and won 6 Super Bowls. We even know about the cheat that he did. And they still got the Super Bowls.
Well,
how many games Bill Belichick got around his house? How many games they got around them Lombardi trophies? It don't matter because they still got the Lombardi trophies. That's why Michigan ain't firing him.
Right.
But he ain't winning no trophies.
in Michigan.
I'm gonna say this though. I think that he's going to get fired. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if they don't fire him within the next week or so, because the Big Ten, all the teams in the Big Ten are like, "Yo, you need to do something about this right now." Something needs to be done about it right now. We can't wait. We need to get done right now because, and the thing about it is that what's going to make it even harder is that he didn't get the job in Minnesota. He didn't get the job at the Indianapolis Colts. So there's something about him that NFL owners don't want him, right? So I don't know if I don't think going to the pros is a guarantee for him. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't even think he wants to go to the pros because he has so much power at Michigan right now. He has to get that power away, and when he comes to the pros, he's not going to get that same power he had in Michigan. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he wants to be a
GM and coach.
I think that his days of coaching might be numbered. He might go in the booth And 20 years from now, he'll write a book about him cheating when it don't really matter. He'll be done coaching. He'll be retired, sitting on his porch in a rocking chair. Him and his brother talking about how he cheated and things of that nature. So I think there definitely is an issue there because the guy was at the game. They pointed him out. He's on the field. I thought the dude was in the stands. They say no, he was on the field, trying to hide his face and everything. I was like, yo, this dude is crazy. And don't sit and tell me Belichick didn't. I mean, that Harbaugh didn't know what is. I don't think he knew the dude was on the field. I think he knew what he was doing though. But it's weird how Michigan has started to become a powerhouse again after all this has been going on. So the question has to be asked, Mo, how long you been doing this? How long has it been?
Ever.
Been doing this because they came out of nowhere with last year, year before last, he was talking about firing him. And last year they went to they went to the bowl game last year and got smacked.
Yeah,
so,
I guess they can't get into Ohio State games.
Ohio State games.
Why is that?
Because they can't beat Ohio State.
That's a possibility. But again, I think that Michigan's in trouble. They're in trouble. They're really in trouble. But again, I think Florida State is the best team in college football right now. Who do you think is the best team in college football right now?
I have a Ric Flair protege. To beat a man, you got to beat the man. Until Georgia loses, Georgia's still the man. Until Georgia loses, Georgia's still the man.
I don't agree with that. I understand what you're saying. Because and I'm gonna say this. Well, I can't. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna leave it alone. But I get your point about Georgia being the best team in college football. But Florida State came out of nowhere. We're Florida State. Nobody knew Florida State was gonna be as good this year. Nobody knew it. Now the problem with Florida State is that they ain't playing nobody in the ACC, but the ACC is not that strong either. You know what I'm saying? They're not really that strong this year. But that's your division you're in, right? It is what it is. You got Washington or Oregon sitting outside the top four. So we know two things is going to happen. Ohio State and Michigan play each other, and that's going to knock one of them out. Okay. We know Georgia got to play Alabama. If Alabama wins Alabama wins their conference, which they're likely going to do, one of them are going to be out. And that's going to be a debatable. That's going to be a debatable subject because Georgia might lose. They might be undefeated until they lose, and they're going to say, "Well, we only got one loss, so we still should be in the top four." Do you agree with that? If they lose to Alabama in the championship game, do you agree that Georgia should still stay?
If everybody else hasn't lost,
no.
But does Alabama have a good chance? Have a good reason to say they should be in?
Yes.
Alabama got to get it together because I'm not really impressed with them either. I watched them play a couple games, like the last game they played, I think they won, but it was a tough win for them. Even though the score didn't consider it. Oregon and Washington, I think, got a good chance of being in that 1 through 4 range, to be honest with you. One of them got to play each other. Or if Oregon lose, they're done. They'll be 7-2. Texas won't get there. I don't think Texas is 7-1, but they don't play no defense. Alabama has opportunity. Oklahoma, they lost. Somebody tried to tell me Oklahoma had defense and they lose to Kansas. How do you lose an unranked team and you only go to number 9? Make that make sense to me. Can you help me out, Mo? Make it make sense.
Dude, I don't watch college
football anymore.
Oklahoma was number 6 last week. You lose to an unranked Kansas team. And week 10, you go from 6
10
to 9.
10.
You go from 6 to 9. Stop the madness.
People like those numbers together.
People like those numbers together.
Penn State loses to Ohio State. They go from number 4, number 7 to number 11. Some even had them at 12 or 13. And they lost by 8 points. With a rookie quarterback, per se, a true freshman quarterback, because he really didn't play a lot last year. But they moved into number 11. Now, did they struggle against Indiana last weekend? Yes, they did. Right? But I guarantee you, I can go through Alabama and tell you, look at Alabama's schedule. In Alabama, they beat Tennessee 34-20. Their game kind of went another way after halftime. They beat Arkansas 24-21, unranked. They beat Texas A&M 26-20, unranked. They beat Mississippi State 40-17, unranked. They beat Ole Miss that was number 15, 24-10 at 15. They beat Southern Florida 17-3. They lose to Texas 34-24. They beat MTSU 56-7. The only next ranked team they play is LSU, is number 14. Kentucky, Chattanooga, and Auburn are all unranked, but they're in the mix now to play to make the playoffs. So again, and this is my suggestion. This has always been my suggestion, Mo, and I'm gonna get your comment on this. I think that if you're in the top 4 or maybe the top 6 at the end of the year, that you leave an open game for them to play in next year. So let's say Georgia and Ohio State go to the national championship game. You leave an open date for them to play again that following year. One in Ohio State and the next one probably in Georgia. So you get a home and away. And let's see how good you are. That to me that makes college football a lot better when you play some meaningful games at the beginning of the year. Alabama, Florida State, Texas, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Missouri. Don't go no further than Louisville, Kentucky. Up north. They don't cross that Mason-Dixon line when it's shivering outside, when it's cold outside, when it's rain turned into sleet. They don't play those type of games. To me, when you play those type of games and win, then I'll shut up. But if you don't play those type of games, then I'm going to keep on talking about them because you're playing your game in the perfect weather, most likely. Down south, weather's nice, warm, 70 degrees. Got a beach close to your campus so you can chill. Up north, if you buy a beach, it's frozen. You know what I'm saying? If you Maryland and you want to go to a beach, you can't go to the beach because it's too cold outside. Because you're Maryland. So I just give me your take on that. How do you agree, disagree?
Man, I'm rooting for James.
Man, I'm rooting for James Madison in the Air Force.
You have to be able to. But I don't think you change your schedule.
I don't think you change your schedule
next year. Because the problem is you've already made deals
for the following year.
I get what you're saying, leaving one open thing. I get it. But at the same time, bro, they ain't gonna do that. Especially with these the power conferences going from like 8 to like 5.
But now you just added USC, UCLA, Washington, and Oregon to the Big Ten, right?
Okay.
Now I'm gonna pull up Penn State's schedule.
Oh God! Here we go with James Franklin
again.
Your favorite coach.
Your favorite coach.
He don't beat Michigan. He won't be.
He can't beat Ohio State. So what's
the difference?
Well, he did beat Ohio State one time, but he can't do it again. So, 2024 schedule. They played Maryland the first game of the season. Was the conference game. They play. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This ain't making no sense. November. Wait a minute. got? What is this? What is this mess they got? This ain't. I don't know what this is. Let me go back.
See East Tennessee State.
East Tennessee State.
You
watching basketball?
No, they have the games in. Okay, 2024. This is the schedule. At West Virginia, Bowling Green Falcons off. Kent State Golden Flashes, Illinois Fighting Irish, UCLA USC off. So they got 2 bye weeks. See, that's why I said they could put a game there. Wisconsin, Ohio State, Washington Huskies, Purdue Boilermakers, Minnesota Gophers, and the Maryland Terrapins. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 games. You telling me you can't get rid of the Kent States or the Bowling Greens and put somebody from the ACC or
Nope.
Those teams are expecting the money that you've already paid them to come to you.
And I'm not disagreeing with that. So let's go to 2025. Nevada Wolfpack, Villanova Wildcats. Come on, stop the madness. This is what it's coming to. So Nevada Wolfpack, August 30th, 2025. I'll call him. I said, look, man, you gotta find another game. We can't play y'all. We're gonna play Alabama on that schedule. Find you another game. We'll give you some money because we promised you some money. We'll give you some cash. We'll give you a little bit of cash. It ain't gonna hurt your pocket. 2026. Marshall Thundering Herd, Temple Owls, Buffalo Bulls. Stop the madness. You telling me you can't put? Come on, Mo. I can go to 2020. Let's go to 2027.
Not gonna change, bro.
Syracuse.
They always put those cupcakes.
Listen to this. Syracuse, Delaware, Temple, Illinois, Oregon Ducks, Maryland Terrapins, Michigan State. Oh, 2025, 2027. They don't even play. They don't play Ohio State that year. Ain't that something? Ain't that?
They got a better chance.
Let me see. See, they play Ohio State in 2026. They don't even have Ohio State on 2026 either. Let's look at 2025. They play Ohio State? Oh, they play them in 2025. That's the last time they play Ohio State, 2025. 26, 27. And you got 28 out here. 2028. Listen to this. I never heard this team before in my life. Ball State Cardinals.
Yeah, how you never heard of Ball State?
I heard a basketball team. I ain't know about the football team.
Football team.
Syracuse. Oh, they play Ohio State in 2028. But
go ahead and put down that L.
You got two bye weeks in there. They could do it if they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. But that's what I think that makes college football that much better because you have to play a competitive game at the beginning of the year. Now, and look at Alabama. They lost. It did hurt them because they pushed them way back. But Alabama earned the right to be number 7 right now, or whatever number they are. You know what I'm saying? Because you can fight your way back off of early loss. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, you rather lose early than lose late. So that's what I'm saying. I just think that, come on, man, put some spice in your life. Put some oregano in that, and some salt and pepper in that on that lobster tail, and put some mayonnaise on there or something. Make it different. Let's make it different, man. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Somebody get this man.
Know how to eat.
You better put an Old Bay. You ain't put no mayonnaise.
I'm just saying. You want to make it look. You want to spice it up a little bit. So
Old Bay.
There we go. So
mayonnaise.
I got Florida State as the best team in national football right now, and you have Georgia because Georgia has not lost.
Woo!
Right. Woo! Next up, is the NBA. Oh, by the way, I'm going to see the Celtics play on the 15th. They're gonna play the Sixers. I plan on going to that game. They convinced me that they know how to play defense now.
They do.
They do.
They convinced me. So, in the NBA, there's some teams out there that just don't look right. You know what I'm saying? Like the Miami Heat. Now they said Jimmy Butler got a problem with his knee right now. So if he ain't playing,
And
they ain't getting in.
And his nose ring.
And his hairstyle.
And his hairstyle.
So they're not getting in. The bottom line, they're not going to get in. They're not going to get in.
Yeah, it's a man's league.
Yeah, it's a man's league.
What I'm shocked about is the Milwaukee Bucks.
It takes a while to get used
It takes a while to get used
two
to
players.
playing two players.
We ain't gonna talk about Dwight Howard.
We ain't gonna talk about Dwight Howard.
I already knew he was gay. I told people he was gay.
Don't matter.
I never told you. I met his father. His father was my cousin's mentor. My cousin went to the same high school that he played basketball at. Right? It's a Christian school, whatever. And he was my cousin's mentor. So we were sitting down talking. He said, "Man, I got the dumbest." He said Dwight Howard, the dumbest, smartest child I know. He said he just do dumb stuff, but he's smart. So the situation with this guy don't surprise me none. It does not surprise me. And the thing about it is, he probably did it because he was bored. I'm telling you, he was bored. This dude was bored. That's why he did it. But I just want to know. I wonder is this why he's not in the league?
I now know why Shaq
I now know why Shaq never wanted anybody to compare him to him.
But anyway,
in the NBA, yes, that's probably a reason.
Yes, that's probably a reason.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. That's why I had to go to China.
That's why I had to go to China all the
years. He was open about it. So if you're not open about it, and they know that you just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, they don't be out anybody. People ain't out. People is regular.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying he didn't come out. He didn't come out and say while he was playing that he was gay.
Well, I mean,
he got outed.
You know what I'm saying? The dude like, yo, you need to pay me. I need to get paid. So let's talk about the Sixers real quick for a second. I'm glad
okay, that's over.
I'm here sweating. Whew. We got the heat on, and it's nice outside today. I'm glad James Harden is gone from the Sixers, and I don't like the Sixers. You can call me a hater if you want to. Yeah, I'm a hater because I'm a Celtic fan, but I respect them. You know, and there's a difference. I hate him, but I respect him. And the nonsense that this dude has done to this basketball team makes no sense. And I'm gonna say this: he's gonna be the reason why Embiid might end up leaving that place. And you can't blame Embiid for being that way because he just wasted another year of his time to try to win a championship. And then James Harden gonna say he was handcuffed in Philly. He couldn't play the way he wanted to play. And then Embiid came back and said, "Nah, man, you played the way you wanted to play. You just didn't like. You just had a deal and it didn't fall through like you wanted to do, and now you can get stick and stay." Now, Mo, with the trade, the draft picks is what I was focusing on Facebook. I was focused on the players that's going to be free agents, and so that leaves them some room for some money. But who is the next big player that could go to Philadelphia free agency wise? I don't know nobody out there really
One of those three guys from Phoenix.
That ain't working.
Yeah, that's not working. So I don't know who. I don't know who the
Shea.
great.
Could be Shea.
Shea Gildress.
Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
Nah,
yeah.
I don't see him. That's not going. I don't think it's going to match up. I don't think that matches up.
Could be Zion.
Only other person. Now there is rumors talk. There's talks about Donovan Mitchell maybe getting traded to Philly. Because that was his destination anyway. He wanted to go to New York, like the dude from the Pelicans. Zion to eat the crab meat all the time. God.
Could be it could be Kyrie leaving Dallas.
Could be Kyrie leaving Dallas. It's like what?
Kyrie ain't going nowhere. He ain't gonna go to Philly anyway. But the thing about it is Maxey and Embiid play well together. Tobias Harris is playing really good right now.
She's the third, fourth
option.
I'm looking to see how Covington does. Marcus Morris is going to be good there. He's from Philly, he's from that Philadelphia area, so he's going to get a lot of support from everybody. Now, what I didn't like what they did, I got to read this to you because this is comical. Okay, this is how dirty they are with the players. And when I read this, I was like, you got to be kidding me. So this is what happened with Danny Green. Goes to Philadelphia. He signs for 1 year for $2.7 million, non-guaranteed contract with the Sixers. Just before his first game last week, he was to get paid $500,000. The team said, "Can you take a pay cut of $300,000 to help us with our taxes?" He said, "Yes." Then they call him after that, after the game at 2 a.m. and says, "You're cut."
James Harden was just like,
I told you.
What did I tell you about Philly, man?
What I tell you about Philly?
Can't trust them.
You talk about some dirty stuff, man. That's dirty. That's real dirty. But again, I'm glad that he's out of there. I really am. I'm really glad. Now Philadelphia can concentrate on Maxey being the max that he can possibly be as a basketball player. I love his game. I love his energy. I would love to see that kid in some green and white at some point in time in his life. But the thing about it is, though, he makes that team that much better. I think it opens up the floor for Tobias Harris to be the best version of himself. And Kelly Oubre is really playing good for Sixers right now. I love the way his energy on the floor. I wanted him to go to Boston for real. I was hoping that he would have went to Boston because his energy level is like up here. It's really up here. So I see Sixers being really good again this year. Chicago, I think they're gonna blow that up. They need a true point guard up there to help them guys out. That's why I'm kind of surprised that I know Kemba Walker ain't 100% anymore, but nah, Kemba's not gonna work because he's more of a shooting guard than a point guard. They need a point guard up there. Washington's the Pacers. Now check this out. They said the Pacers was averaging 134 points before they played the Celtics, and they scored 104, something like that. Crazy numbers, man. But I like the Pacers. I still think the Pacers are a team. I don't know if they're going to keep Buddy Hield around. I think Buddy Hield might end up going somewhere if he can be consistent with his shooting. Dallas is 4-0. Golden State's 4-1. Denver's 4-1. Denver lost to who? They lose to? They lose to Phoenix. I mean, they lose to San Antonio. Was San Antonio they lost to?
No idea. You're
talking about Denver.
Oh no, they lost. They lost too. They lost to
Timberwolves.
They lost to T-Wolves. Wow. 119-89. That game wasn't even close, they said. Pelicans, where they at? The Pelicans are 4. The Pelicans are 4-1, but they're barely winning.
4-1.
Their points per game is like 108.8. and they're giving up 108.6. So that's not good. They got to get better defensively because that's the team I said I think is going to be the sleeper team out of the West. Phoenix, that situation. Yo, I just understand. I want to understand something. Bradley Beal gets traded. He wants to go to Phoenix. He goes to Phoenix, and he can't play because of his back. So I want to know what was he doing prior to the back issue? Was he working out? What was he doing? Because now Kevin Durant is now in a situation again where he got to be. I mean, Kevin Durant.
You're right.
He's in the same situation he was in with Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn,
being the
carrying
guy,
the whole weight.
Carrying the whole weight.
Got carrying the whole weight again. The Booker's he came back, but they lost to Phoenix. They lost to the Spurs. I gotta watch this guy Wemby. This guy's playing some excellent basketball. They're 3-2. They're 3-2, man. This guy he's a true thing coming because he's probably gonna win the MVP. I mean, he's probably gonna win Rookie of the Year because the dude out in Portland, he's starting off really slow with his game. I'm impressed with the Lakers. But LeBron can't keep playing 30-some minutes a game in order for them to win. And the games are too close because Lakers are 114.4, 114.0 points against there, 114.8, and that means LeBron's winning. He's playing a lot of minutes right now, so I don't know how that's going to work out. So let me ask you a question: what do you think about the in-season tournament, and how do you think that's going to work out? What do you foresee happening here? Do you think the players going to be all in or all out?
I think they're all in, especially because they get 500,000 per game that they win during the tournament. We just skipped a big thing. How are the Memphis Grizzlies 0-5 with Marcus Smart? Ja, they played so well without Ja last year. Marcus Smart coming in, supposed to be a leader. 0-5.
They lost 108 to 104, 113 to 106, 125 to 110, 133 to 109.
It get worse.
I'm gonna say this: I don't think Marcus Smart's heart's in it to be there.
Of course not.
He gets traded. Does he start?
Yeah, he started because Ja's not.
Yeah, he started because Ja's not playing right now. Remember, Ja those points not for games.
So he's averaging 5 points. He's leading the team in assists. He's leading the team in steals. He's playing all the games. He's averaging 31.8 minutes a game. He's averaging 16 points. He's averaging 2.2 rebounds, offense, and 0.4 0.4 offense and 2.2 on defense. He's averaging 2.6 rebounds. He's averaging 5.8 assists. He's 3.2 in steals. He got I don't know how you have a 0.4 in blocks. I don't understand that. Turnovers is 4 a game. That's not good. And he's averaging 3 fouls a game. Assist to turnover ratio is 1.5. So
they're
Mr. Steven Adams as well.
That's big right there because they didn't expect that to happen to Steve Adams. But I think that we're going to see Marcus back in Boston sooner than later.
For who?
Huh?
For who?
I just think that
Al Horford.
Al Horford.
I don't think it's going to be Al Horford, but I'm just saying.
There's nobody
else that has money.
I just think that he'll find his way back to Boston.
I don't think so. Not with Drew Holiday.
Not with Drew Holiday there.
Well, he can come off the bench.
Nah.
And I mean, Drew Holiday is upgrade. Is definitely upgrade from where Marcus Smart was. I can't get mad. If we would have got Drew Holiday, I would have been really mad about the way this season would have turned out because of losing Marcus Smart for Porzingis. But they fixed it when they got Drew Holiday. That turned my frown upside down. So I'm cool with that.
Drew Holiday is everything we
want. Marcus.
Yes, exactly. And defense. And he plays defense too. So again, like the in-season tournament, I think the players are going to be all in on it. And I think factor is the money. Money is probably a factor as well. But you always want to be the first to do something like that. A team game. You'll be remembered as the first team to ever do this, right? Go down in history. Nobody can change that. So I think that's why a lot of teams are probably into this right now. Who do you think is a favorite to win it?
Is there any question? We are smoking people right now. It ain't even close. Why should I don't even know why they took the floor. It was terrible. Indiana. It got ugly early. I mean, I ain't trying to jinx our team. But this is the best team I've seen us have. Even better. This is better than the Paris KG is.
So, do you agree with me now that this team could be a 72-10?
No, because somebody's gonna get hurt. I just hope they get hurt early in the season. And they're playing like this at the end of the year. It's gonna be Porzingis. Or it's gonna be Tatum or Brown. Because you also got to think about it. We haven't had any back-to-back. They're gonna have Al out for those games.
So let me ask you a question though. So if everybody stays healthy, the reason why I'm not referring to the Golden State 73-9 team is because that was just all straight offense. They did play a little defense, but they could shoot the lights out the ball. But they never won an NBA title. That team. So that's why I want to put them in. I want to use the Chicago Bulls 72-10 team because they play defense. These guys are playing defense. They're closing out so fast, some guys. They're making it hard for anybody to shoot threes. And what they're doing, they're to me, they're a Golden State Warrior 2.0 version of Golden State because they're shooting threes, making threes, but they're giving up twos. They're taking them off that 3-point line. They'll give you the 2, but they'll come down, shoot another 3, and now you're down by 10, and the only thing you're shooting is 2s. So how do you make up for that? Because you're not a 3-point shooting team, and you have to do that. That's what made Golden State so good because they'll allow you to take the 2, but they run you off the floor. They run you off the 3-point line, so you got to take 2s. But they're down there coming down, jacking up 3s, hitting 3s. Like all of a sudden, look at the clock, it's 16-4. How'd that happen? You know what I'm saying? How'd that happen? So that's why I compare them to the Bulls because of the defense that they play. And to me, I'm getting bored already because the Miami game was a little close game.
The Knicks was the best game.
Knicks was the best game. I think the Knicks are going to get them problems because they're physical with the Celtics, and they can shoot well. So they're going to cause some issues with that team going forward. But I'm telling you right now, these guys are special. These guys are special. I like what Joe Mazzulla did when he said, bring back the old heads, and the one question they asked Rondo was he retired? He's like, no. And he's like, do you plan on coming back if I get a phone call? He said, but right now I'm spending time with my kids, learning my kids all over again. Then they said, well, what about coaching? He said, I definitely will be coaching somewhere. He said, that's definitely in my future. And I can't wait to see him coach because this guy got a brilliant mind. His basketball IQ is off the charts, really off the charts. So I would love to see him on somebody's coaching staff. I would love to see him on Boston coaching staff for real, for real. Yeah, that was big.
That was huge.
That was
And
big.
Natural Holiday was actually
on the floor.
Yeah, both
And
of
you
those.
know,
both.
Van Gundy pickup, that was huge too.
Yep.
Because he's a player's coach. People like coach.
But he's
people
not
like
coaching. He's
But
just being the outside.
He's just being the outside.
He's looking from the outside.
He's looking from the outside. He's telling us what we're missing.
Yeah, so and that's why I like that. I love that move right there. Boston, and like I tell a friend of mine, I said Boston ain't looking to win a title right now. They're looking to build a dynasty. That's what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to build a dynasty to win multiple titles.
They've been trying to
build it.
But you know, I'm gonna tell you who
Stevens
messed
was not the right coach.
Stevens was not the right coach.
But you know who messed up the dynasty the first time?
Kyrie
No.
and Hayward.
No, before that. What's his name?
Before that.
Played defense.
Before that,
Yeah, he played. When they won the title in 2008. Came up
KG
defense, played defense.
2009.
No, we won in 2008.
Yeah, we lost in
Lost
2009
We
because
lost in 2009 because he lost it hurt.
Right.
2010
But we,
because Perkins hurt.
but what's the dude defensive guy that played for Boston? They went to the Grizzlies. Tony Allen. He messed the dynasty up. He messed that dynasty up because the mom even said, "Yo, what are you doing? Why are you leaving?" He said, "I want to make my own identity." Paul Pierce like, "Yo, man, come on back, man. What are you doing? We about to run this thing back to back to back to back to back."
Oh, he got traded.
No, he left for free agency. Now it might have been a sign and trade. But he left because Paul Pierce like when he heard about him get signed with the Grizzlies, he went to Florida. He's like, "Yo, what happened?" Like, yo, he didn't want to stay here no more. He wanted to leave.
Oh, he did. Wow.
Yeah, he wanted to leave. So you know.
Yeah, because Mamba said he was the hardest one to go.
He was the hardest
to play the Garden.
Hard to play the Garden.
So
Okay. I didn't even realize that.
I didn't realize that.
that messed up that dynasty right there. That did mess up that dynasty.
Nah, what messed up that dynasty was Ray Allen leaving.
Was Ray Allen
No.
leaving?
Well, that too, but when he left, I think they were already done because you remember that they tried to trade Ray Allen the year before that to
OJ Mayo.
OJ Mayo.
OJ Mayo and what's the other guy, Ray guy, not Ray. What that was his name?
No, he was told he was traded for
He was
OJ Mayo.
traded for OJ Mayo.
Didn't it fail?
It was
Didn't
somebody
it
else.
fail?
Did the trade go?
But it was somebody else with OJ Mayo that was supposed to be coming there. Rudy Gay. Is it Rudy Gay? Yeah, I think it was Rudy Gay. I think Rudy Gay and OJ Mayo was coming in, and the trade fell through. They had already told him that he got traded, and the trade fell through, and they came back. Then he came and said, "Nah, we're not going nowhere." So the next year, they had him on the trading block again. He said, "You know, I'm tired of this. I'm leaving. I'm tired of y'all putting me." But see, the only thing Ray had to do is play a little defense. He'd been fine. Would have been fine. Would have been fine. Just fine. So, so let me see. So we was talking about the Celtics a little bit. There was something else I had written down. Oh,
We didn't really talk about Milwaukee.
well, like you said, you gotta give it time. But I'm gonna say this. How much time do he need to be able to shoot the ball like he was shooting when he was in Portland?
I think it takes some time just to get used to
some time just to get used to each other. Like
because Drew was a huge part of that.
Drew was a huge part of that defense.
Dame Dollar ain't playing no defense.
Dame Dollar ain't playing no defense.
And that was my whole thing is why would you I would have gave him more draft picks and kept Drew there and made him the 2. Then now, oh man, God, yeah, that'd have been awesome.
That's why I was
I'd be
so
like,
glad
yo,
when they
I
traded
I
Drew.
was so glad when they traded Drew.
And when we traded for him, I was just like, it's over.
I was just like, it's over.
The Miami Heat 1-4.
Miami Heat 1-4. Hilarious.
Yeah. Look at Willie let everybody go away. go to the wayside because he just knew he was gonna get Damian Lillard.
Mm-hmm.
Now you'll get him. You'll get him. But he'll be a 40 when you get him because he ain't going there now.
Because Giannis
So,
is signed long term.
Giannis is signed long term.
And you know what though? I don't know if I was young, I don't know if I did that. Because you kind of seeing what's going on right now. They're 2-5. They're 2-2. I'm looking at the preseason. They beat Philly 118-117. Philly should have won that game. They lost to the Hawks. I watched that game. The Hawks didn't do nothing really hard. They just played basketball. Milwaukee just wasn't into the game for some reason or another. Hawks were into the game. Now Hawks got their coach they want, so they should be good. They beat the Heat 122-114.
What's the game in Atlanta?
What's the game in Atlanta?
No, that game was in Milwaukee.
Okay, maybe they bought some lemon pepper wings.
Maybe they bought some lemon pepper wings.
And then they lost to the Raptors 130-111. Come on, man, what's going on here? What's going on?
Man, the Raptors are a good young team.
The Raptors are a good young team.
You can't sleep on the Raptors. Giannis is averaging 24 points a game. Giannis is averaging 8 rebounds. Dame's averaging 4 assists. Malik Beasley is 2 steals, and Giannis had 1.5 points, 1.5 blocks. But Dame right now he's averaging 21 points. That can't be right. The one game he didn't. Let me see. He had 39 against Philly.
21.3.
He had 39 against Philly, 25 against Miami, and 15 against Toronto. He had 6 against Atlanta. So, but see, 6. Yeah, he had 6. But now let's look. He was stats. See this whole thing here. So against Atlanta, he was 2 for 12, 2 for 8 from the 3-point line, which was 25%. So he shot the ball 12 times and he made 2 out of 12. And the thing about it is, his shots wasn't that hard. You know what I'm saying? They weren't difficult shots to make. So my thing is, you average 21 points and you're still losing, but you're not playing no defense. And if you look at who's guarding, and they're going off, they're going bananas on him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I couldn't understand, because Patrick and his boys said that they felt Milwaukee was still better than the Celtics because of Dame Dollar. And I'm like, nah, you're letting your bias show at all, because Boston starting 5 could go start for anybody in the NBA. If they can go to any team and start, any team. What's the Giannis, Dame, yeah, Malik, no, Middleton, no, and what's the boy Lopez, no. You know, so I think they're a little biased when they came to that right there about making that comment, but. I think the problem is going to be coaching. They got a boy up there, Adrian Griffin. I mean, not Griffin. Adrian, yeah, Griffin. That's his name. I think that's his name. Adrian Griffin. Yeah, they play with Boston. Ain't that his last name? Griffin.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so they got him up there, which is his first year coaching, which I was really shocked at that right there. If you put Nick Nurse on that team right there, oh, they're ready. Like Nick Nurse is going to be the reason why if Philly beats us in the playoffs this year, he's going to be the reason why. Because Nick Nurse knows something about the Celtics.
It ain't Nick Nurse.
It ain't Nick Nurse.
It'll be Joe Mazzulla. And if we lose to them, Joe Mazzulla will not be the head coach next year.
Give Nick Nurse some credit, man.
Nah, give Joe Mazzulla. Give Joe Mazzulla a hit. If you don't win with this team, that's on Joe Mazzulla. How do you come
Let me
back from
express-
3 games down, 3-0, and then
So
look? I get Tatum got hurt the first minute of the game.
What is this
The
though?
virus that causes COVID-19 changes. Vaccines have to change too.
Say something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
COVID-19. Are we getting? Wait a minute. Are we getting an endorsement from COVID-19 now?
I wish we was.
Exactly. No, I don't want that endorsement.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying that Joe Mazzulla needs to learn to step up. We were tied 3-3. We were down 3-0. We came back 3-3. I know that Jason Tatum got hurt the first minute of the game, but you got a coach. You got a coach who stood back and looked like he was a deer in the headlights. That's Joe Mazzulla. Your coach of the year candidate last year.
He should have been coach of the year last year. He will definitely be coach of the year.
He should not have been.
Yeah, he should have. He got the job at the 12th hour.
He should not have.
Doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah,
He took the best team in the NBA.
Yo, he got a text in the middle of the night. You're the head coach of the Boston Celtics. He's like, huh?
And he was fourth in
the depth chart.
He said, I'll tell you about it. Tell you about it tomorrow morning. Brown was already a coach. He already coached LeBron James. He already had a title. He coached Golden State Warriors. He don't get credit for that. He get credit for that. He get credit for
the culture in Sacramento.
Sacramento was already good though, Mo. They were already good. Now, they were. Yes, they were. They were. They just had the wrong coach. I'm telling you, Bill.
Yes, thank you. The wrong coach.
But where didn't Luke coach the Golden State Warriors? Didn't he coach the Warriors?
Dude,
He coached the Warriors, right?
There. You said the wrong coach.
You said the wrong coach.
But did he coach the Warriors? That's why they got him there. And I said from the very beginning, he's not the coach for that team. He should have never got that job. But Brown still had more experience than Joe Mazzulla as a head coach. So he brought a different feel to the team. He opened that team up to what they could potentially be. Joe Mazzulla got the job at the 11th hour, 12th hour.
They were 30 and 52.
The bell said,
don't. 22.
Don't.
30 and 52.
30 and 52.
Don't. They said, I need you to come in before 12 o'clock, sign this contract.
30 and 52.
30 and 52.
I'm not taking that away.
Scientists are updating COVID-19 vaccines for the fall and winter season. Because it's the virus that causes COVID-19 changes.
Oh my goodness.
Vaccines have to change too. So different types of vaccines are available to help protect you.
They had not had a winning season since 2005.
And I'm not disagreeing with that, but again, he's a seasoned coach. He knows how to coach. So he's supposed to do. He did what he's supposed to do.
How well did he do it? He got fired.
He got fired.
He shouldn't have got fired, man. You know he should have got fired.
It don't matter.
He did. You know he should have got fired. Joe Mazzulla still got it at the 11th hour, and I'm still gonna say, no matter what nobody say, that he should have got.
I'm still mad that we did not become the first team to come back from 03.
Yeah, I'm mad about that too. And he will be the coach of the year this year because defensively they're gonna if they put up 72 and 10, they can't do nothing about it. They can't stop it. They can't stop him from not getting coached. We found out that the coach that we had is a better GM than he is a coach. But you learn from Danny Ainge, who learned from
Mike Brown had not been a head coach since 2014.
He was with Golden State. He was assistant coach with Golden State.
Yeah, but he had not been a head coach in 10 years.
Since he left Cleveland?
Yeah, 2014.
2014.
8 years, 2022.
8 years, 2022.
If you're assistant coach of Golden State, would you leave?
Dude, 8 years.
He
turned around Sacramento in 1 year. 30 to 48 wins.
48 wins.
They were already there.
Come on, man.
They were already there.
Celtics were even better.
Mo, they were already there. I'm telling you right now, they was already there. They just need somebody to open up that box and let them flow.
Yeah, there was nothing for Joe Mazzulla to do except for not let it fall.
Boston was supposed to be the best team. They weren't supposed to be the team they was last year. Milwaukee was supposed to be the team to beat. Then it was Boston, and then actually they had Milwaukee, Philly, then Boston in that order at the beginning of last year. He gets the job at the last minute, Mo. The 12th hour, the bell rang. 12, boom, you're the coach now. And if you notice how they played in the first couple games, they were scoring 127, 128, 130. You know what I'm saying? Then it set in. It's like, oh, we got to start playing defense now. And they couldn't play no defense. The only thing they want to do is shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? So Mazzulla was more of a defensive guy. So you had to change up the whole scheme of what was going on. So that's why
Joe Mazzulla 36 and 36
in 2020.
In 2020,
after All-Star break, you talking about the Celtics?
No, I'm saying did we go?
36 and 36
in 2020?
Yeah. Yes, we went 36 and 36.
I don't remember that.
Was that COVID year? Was it? That was coming out of COVID.
Yeah, that's right. We did. Yeah, we were terrible that year.
Somebody posted some trash on here. Let me see who it was. I'll put it on here. I know who it was.
What's the trash? Tell me what the trash is.
Tell me what the trash is.
You can see what it is. It ain't gonna stay up there long either. Okay, just us. I don't see it there unless they put it in. Unless they're watching us on
the zone
on or they're watching the YouTube channel. I don't think it is. Yeah, it might be the YouTube channel.
Dana posted
in Just Us.
Same one we got.
Somebody
Steelers, baby. I'll let you hear me.
Love it.
So who said go Steelers?
That was my son.
Stop all that nonsense, man. Stop all that nonsense. All that nonsense. Stop it right now. Stop it.
Jeffrey Lemscomb.
Jeffrey Lemscomb said it.
Oh, was he? Is he in the chat or was he on YouTube?
He's on in the zone.
In the zone.
Oh, I know it was him. He the reason why I got 2 football teams too. He the reason why he the reason why. See, I don't see his post. So we got 7 minutes left. Okay, Mo. So let me pull back up. Next week, have your all rookie team for the NFL, offense and defense. We're gonna talk about that. We can talk about
Joey Porter Jr., Joey Porter Jr.
And we're gonna talk about the group winnings for the in season tournament, right? Who we think can win, who you think gonna play against the Celtics or whatever the case may be. And Jeff likes this. He likes the Sixers, so you know that's the only thing y'all don't have in common. Let me go back to ESPN so I can pull this up real quick. So what game? What is the must watch game this weekend coming up?
9:30.
Oh, 9:30
on Sunday.
9:30
on Sunday.
What's 9:30?
The Chiefs are playing the Dolphins.
Is that the late game?
No, 9:30 a.m.
No, 9:30
It's
a.m.
in Germany.
Oh, that's
in Germany.
It's in Germany, yeah. Other than the Dolphins and the Chiefs, what other game is must see?
Probably Seattle and Baltimore.
Seattle and Baltimore.
I agree with you on that one. Cowboys and Eagles.
It's a lot of good games this week.
A lot of good games.
Cleveland plays. Who does Cleveland play?
Who does Cleveland play?
We play Arizona.
Oh no, not y'all then.
Buffalo,
Cincinnati plays somebody.
Cincinnati plays somebody.
Buffalo plays Cincinnati. That should be that might
that's
be
another one.
Yeah,
game.
that's another one.
That's not. I'm gonna tell you what game I think was gonna be a good game. The Buccaneers and Texans. My man is gonna be coaching. He's getting coached.
Nobody don't care.
Nobody care about
My man,
Nobody care about that game.
my man doing his thing down in Texas, in the heart of Texas. They 3-4. Nobody thought they were gonna be 3-4. Mo,
I got the game to watch.
I got the game to watch.
Because somebody might get fired after
Somebody
that
might
game.
get fired after that game.
Washington
all right,
versus
let
New
me
England.
Washington
wait,
versus
wait,
New
wait,
England.
wait, let me figure out. Let me figure out who it is.
There's two games where somebody can get fired.
Somebody can get fired.
I'm gonna say Washington Patriots. That probably one. I think he's probably gonna get fired regardless.
Yep. Which one though?
Yep.
Which
one though? Which one?
Which coach gonna get fired in that game?
Yeah.
You think Belichick's gonna get fired? He just signed a contract extension.
Yeah.
They're talking about firing him actually.
No. Wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you what they plan on doing. I read about it earlier today. I didn't get to it.
They're gonna try and trade him.
They're gonna try to trade him.
Yeah. The Bears might be outside looking. He might get fired.
Nah. He ain't gonna get fired.
He ain't gonna get fired.
But I'm telling you what, I'm glad the Raiders fired my man. I ain't like him there at all. Didn't like him
I got
there.
Devontae on my fantasy team. I was happy that he got
I
fired.
was happy that he got fired.
And Devontae said it was time. It was the time had come.
Mhm.
So who you think? Who do you think gonna be? Who you think has a possibility of being next head coach for the Raiders?
I think if Pierce does well, they'll keep him because the players are already supporting him.
He's already supporting him.
Well, see, they did the same thing with my man that was there before they hired Daniels.
Mark Davis ain't trying to pay nobody, especially when he paying McDaniels.
Especially when he paying McDaniels.
They should have fired him.
You know who his father is, right?
You know who his father is, right?
It don't matter. He should have fired.
It does. It does matter.
It does matter.
He should have never fired him.
Hey, he gave a brother a chance. Though. I'm surprised he didn't try and bring back Arshell.
Nah, that wasn't gonna happen.
Isn't Arshell dead?
Yeah, I think he did pass away. I think.
Oh, good Lord, he's still alive. He's still alive.
Oh no, who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Denny Green. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Denny Green. So I'm glad the Raiders got rid of my man. Didn't like him at all. Did not like him at all. I think the coach they had there should have kept him. But like you said, Aaron Glenn, that's there now. If he does a good job, the support from the players. But they had to support the other guy. They had to support from him too.
You forgot about the other guy who did get fired though.
The guy who did get fired though.
Who didn't get fired? I said the Raiders. What other guy are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about just another team. If they lose on Monday night.
On Monday night.
Oh yeah, Chargers.
I've been trying to fire him for 2 years.
He
should have got fired after that playoff game. He should have got fired. How do you
He should have.
get rid of your defensive coordinator and you can't score at all, but the defense still holding on. You the reason you throw 2 interceptions in the second half and lose the game, but you don't hold yourself accountable. But yo, that's a lovely job right there. Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be
That's the best job in the NFL.
That's the best job in the NFL.
Yep.
That's where Harbaugh probably wants to go.
He can't go there because Justin Herbert ain't gonna want to deal with Justin Herbert. Egotistical. He's so. Oh my God. Yo, the Chargers. Oh my Lord. If they lose to the Jets, yeah, it's over. It's over. over, period, over. So, I don't know the Giants. I don't know if my man's safe. I mean, they went to playoffs last year, but remember I said, but you remember I said that,
Coach of the year last year.
But remember I said to you though, I said we're gonna see how good Dallas was good, the Eagles were good. We're gonna see how good the Redskins are competitive, but then they're not
Commanders.
good.
Commanders.
Commanders. They're no good because they traded everybody right now. But
yeah.
Coach, I mean, the Giants was the one I said, let's see how really good they are this year because their schedule is gonna flip flop. Now they had some injuries here and there, things of that nature that kind of made it help them. But they were like, I think them and Miami were like tied for the hardest schedule right now by strength of schedule. So I'm telling you, I'm that Tampa Bay game. I may focus on that thing. Because I think the Browns and Cardinals, that game is going to be okay. And they said Deshaun Watson's supposed to be playing Sunday. I just don't know, man. He's had all off season to get it right, and he didn't really play a lot in preseason. He didn't look right when he played against anybody, and he gets hurt against the Steelers. He gives that game away to the Steelers because we should have won that game. If he don't turn the ball over, we win. So my thought process of Deshaun Watson is not fully cool with that right now. So we'll see. Hey, bro, it's 8:00. No NFL tonight, no Major League tonight, but we do got some basketball. Scheduled for tonight basketball games, we have Cleveland at Indiana. That could be a good one. New York at Milwaukee, good one. Washington at Miami. Brooklyn at Chicago. Golden State at Oklahoma City. Dallas at Denver. That should be a good one. Memphis at Portland. So you got a couple good games that's coming on tonight. If you get a chance, if you guys got the NBA channel or whatever, make sure you check those games out. I want to go and watch this Cleveland and Indiana Pacer game. New York and Milwaukee too. They're back. They're both on. So I'm gonna have to figure out
Apollo Group TV, bro. You wouldn't have to go anywhere. You could watch it at home.
You could watch it at home.
Well, I got a smart TV now, and I got the NBA. It comes on the Apple TV because I got Verizon, so I got it. I got that for free. But I'm gonna say this real quick before we get off. How do you like the Google TV when it comes to NFL? Did you get it or you don't have it?
Don't need it.
Okay, so I got the Google TV because of the NFL package. I love it. It is doing everything that I told
DirecTV
to do. You got 4 games in one channel. You got the red zone. You got all your games. You got 4 games all at one time. So you can watch 4 games at one time. I love it.
Are you talking about Google? Is it YouTube or Google?
I mean, not Google, but YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube.
Yeah, that's what they did for the WNBA games.
I love it. I love that. I love it.
You could do that on DirecTV though, I thought back in the days.
You had picture-in-picture, and that's about it.
You could. Yeah, you could, but you had to have 8 games.
You had to have 8 games, I think it was.
Yeah, I had red zone, and I had at the red zone, I had another zone or something from DirecTV.
Yeah, I think that was an NFL Max.
That's
the way they did it for the MLB. That's the way they did it for the MLB. That was the NFL Mix.
That was the NFL Mix channel.
Oh, okay. So maybe they had it. I never got it. I never got that. But I love this. What YouTube is doing. Hope they do it I hope they do the same thing with the NBA if they get the NBA package. Because I really don't think DirecTV is gonna let that get away from them.
They were doing it with the WNBA.
Yeah, they were doing it with the WNBA. My mom used to watch the WNBA.
Okay, so
like 3 or 4 games at the same time.
3 or 4 games at the same time.
So I'm loving the YouTube channel. I'm loving it. It's really I'm loving it. I had to go out and buy a new TV for my bedroom, but that's okay. I get to watch the games in my bed now instead of watching it in my studio, as I do all the time. All right, Mo. Man, have a good week, man. Have a good weekend. Take care, mama.
Dana,
Everybody out there,
our
make
prayers
sure
are with you, man.
Our prayers are with you, man.
say holler at Dana. Let me put this up here. Another hater put that on the page.
Another hater.
Another hater.
Holla.
So Dana, you're in our prayers, man, and you take care, be easy, do what you gotta do, man. Take care of your family, your sisters, your brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Let us know what we can do to help.
Let us know what we can do to help, bro.
Yes, indeed. Life is precious, and we want people to be. We wish people could live forever, but Adam and Eve ate the apple. Kind of messed things all up. But if you can live your best life, live with no regrets. All right, people, we're going to get out of here. We're going to let y'all enjoy some basketball, soccer, or hockey, whatever going on in your life right now. Where we at here?
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart. Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida, and Murray Be More Careful, Maryland. We throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big-time players make big-time plays and big-time games. Stay ready to be ready. You have been listening to the Zone Sports Talk Radio production. Remember, you can hear us again on Star107FM.com on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show.